Yo, what the fuck is going down, everybody? It's your boy Sauceman X. I'm checking back at you niggas with another goddamn video today. But anyways, man, we're back with another political video this goddamn bitch. And as I said, I'm going to be recording from this fucking scenery from now on. High quality content. So you already see this shit by the title. We have to talk about the protest, okay? We have to talk about a lot of the protests that have been going on, you know what I'm saying, within the past few fucking days. And I'm going to prove, okay, in this video for why it's completely fucking regressive and it makes absolutely no fucking sense. And essentially it's destroying the black community. And I'm going to be also talking about a lot of racial issues that's going on in the black community and why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people have a problem with people like me or, you know, any other African American that disagrees with them politically when it's literally based on all emotion and all nonsense. So we already know, okay, that there's been lots of protests. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my goddamn channel, okay? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be uploading a lot of fucking content in the future. So we already know, okay, that we basically have protest that's been going on, okay? We have a lot of protests that's been going on, and you know what I'm saying, within the past few days, actually, okay? Within the past few days, and the one thing that I have to say about this entire thing, okay, is that regardless, because I understand, okay, don't get me wrong, we already know that, you know, George Floyd, the individual that died, you know, he essentially, you know what I'm saying, died for absolutely no legitimate reason. It was a terribly tragic event, you know what I'm saying, and the people that actually killed him should actually be, you know, all 4 police officers that were involved in the scene that could have stopped, you know what I'm saying, the situation that was going on. Essentially, they should all be convicted, you know what I'm saying, and arrested for murder. And since they're, you know what I'm saying, arrested for murder, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, it makes sense that people are angry, okay? It makes sense that people are very emotional and very angry and want to seek justice, you know what I'm saying, for George Floyd. So it makes sense for why people feel this way, okay? But the thing is, okay, is that if you actually want what's best, okay, for black people and George Floyd himself, okay, if you actually want what's best in terms of giving them justice and everything like that, you have to actually come up with a legitimate reason, okay, a legitimate way to solve the problems that are going on, okay? But what's going on with these protests are not solving anything, okay? They're literally not solving anything, and they're only inciting more political and racial division, okay? And it basically proves why there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, within the black community that can't get shit done, okay? They always complain about racism, they always complain about racial oppression, you know what I'm saying? They can complain about all this ridiculous bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that police officers are unjustly targeting, you know what I'm saying, black people, even though the statistics are not on their side. They can complain about all this racism, all this white privilege. They'll complain about everything. But then when you ask them, okay, what do we do now? Okay, what's the solution? Okay, they never actually have a fucking solution. So right now, they're protesting, you know what I'm saying, they're rioting, and we already know that there's actually a lot of footage that's been released about this entire situation. We already know that, I believe, you know what I'm saying, they're obviously looting fucking stores, literally breaking into stores, breaking into AutoZone, okay, fucking setting the whole thing on fire, breaking into Target, you know what I'm saying, you know, literally setting an apartment complex on fire. They literally set an apartment complex on fire, and then they decide to go in and loot the store. So this does nothing good, okay? This literally does nothing good, and it basically exemplifies, okay, if you actually believe in the whole myth of police brutality, not myth, police brutality in general, because we know police brutality is actually a real thing, it's a real issue, because there's a lot of corrupt, incompetent police officers, but in terms of the police officers unjustly targeting black people, if you're gonna go in and believe in that fucking myth, you're basically exemplifying more police brutality, okay? And there was also a lot of riots in fucking Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? They were actually going in, vandalizing police cars, okay? They were vandalizing police cars, and the police literally had to essentially kind of run them over because they were literally trying to break into the fucking car. This does absolutely nothing good. So the thing is, okay, it's funny, okay, because one of the funniest things is about this entire thing is that people support this, okay? Not the actual people. People who actually do it think they're actually doing something good, even though they're doing something good, even though they're not doing anything good at all. But people actually feel justified. And that's one thing that I had to exemplify, a point that I have to exemplify again, is that just because you are, you know what I'm saying, feeling negatively about this entire situation, just because, you know what I'm saying, you feel, you know what I'm saying, offended, and you feel the need to, you know, go against what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, you think that, you know what I'm saying, is justified in what you're doing. It does not justify what you're doing, okay? That's the thing. Just because you feel offended, just because obviously there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people that are actually feeling terrible about this whole situation does not justify anyone, okay, going in and looting the fucking stores. People actually feel justified in this literal criminal activity. But the main question, okay, you know, going back to the main point, is that the main question is, what does this solve? Okay, what does this entire thing solve when it comes to looting the fucking stores, burning down the thing? See the same thing with the Michael Brown situation, where Michael Brown literally tried to take the police officer's gun, you know what I'm saying, but the mainstream media narrative completely, you know what I'm saying, blew it out of proportion, and then, you know what I'm saying, created this whole ridiculous narrative to racially divide the country. basically rioting everywhere, okay, burning down the entire city. What does that do, okay? What does that solve? Nothing. And that's the main fucking point, is that these people are being regressive and they feel justified in their regressiveness, and they think that it's perfectly fine to just not find a solution, okay, by rioting. It does not justify anything. It does not justify just because you feel offended and you feel like you can righteously loot the fucking store. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And what I'm seeing, okay, this is one of the main points, okay, what I'm actually seeing, okay, is that people actually think, okay, they're making this an entire race issue. And I'm going to talk about the mainstream media manipulation, okay? So we already know that, you know, they're making this entire thing a race fucking problem. Make it seem like it's only about the fucking skin color. You know what I'm saying? It's only about, you know what I'm saying, white on black, which I brought up in plenty of my previous fucking videos. But we already know, okay, is that there are actually people out there, okay, when people actually call out the rioting and looting. And don't get me wrong, okay, don't get me wrong. And this is another point I'm going to get into, is that don't get me wrong, I perfectly understand how there's a lot of people who don't actually address the actual person that was killed and the reasoning behind that. You know what I'm saying? But only want to bring up the fact that people are robbing fucking stores, and they want to, you know what I'm saying, make it all about, you know what I'm saying, they're saying like, oh, there's a bunch of African Americans breaking into stores. It doesn't matter what skin color they are, they're still looting the fucking stores, and it makes no fucking sense. So, of course, there's obviously a lot of fucking people who only want to care about the looting and not anything else. But, okay, there's actually people who still think that it's right, okay, and that it's justified to go in and loot stores and just steal everything, because they were literally, I literally saw this thing on Twitter where they were just like, oh, well, you know, people on, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, this entire fucking country, this entire country was basically stolen land or some shit like that, or this entire country was stolen by the Native Americans. So these people actually think, okay, that they're making an impactful statement, okay, by breaking into fucking stores. But the thing is, okay, one of the main things is that it does nothing good for everyone, for anyone. And people want to complain, you know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying, racial oppression and all this police brutality, racial oppression, but they're literally rioting and looting their own fucking communities. Okay, which again, that's very regressive in my personal opinion. It's dumb, okay? Dumb as fuck, okay? Why would you go in, you know what I'm saying, and completely just riot in your own fucking community, making things worse? You know what I'm saying, for your own goddamn community. And I understand, so this basically proves, you know what I'm saying, this entire writing thing basically proves that people don't actually give a fuck about George Floyd. They're just trying to take advantage of this entire situation. So there's actually people out there who feel justified in doing this just because, you know, this entire country was stolen land. They're literally comparing apples to oranges, trying to say that, oh, since this country was founded on stolen land, even though it was just colonized fucking land, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much every country that's ever existed is due to colonized land. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to equate that to now, to justify looting. So we should just all leave our fucking houses and just fucking loot fucking stores and do all this crazy shit just because this country was, you know, by stolen land, and we're making an impactful statement against white supremacists. This makes no fucking sense, okay? This literally makes no fucking sense, and is literally based on regressiveness that does nothing good for anyone in the hypocrisy. But another question, okay, that I think that people, okay, should be asking themselves, okay, is that what the, okay, not only, you know what I'm saying, you're not knowing what they're not solving anything by doing this, and you gotta ask the question of what exactly are you doing, what are you solving, which they're not doing anything, is that look at the mainstream media, okay? Look at the mainstream media. The mainstream media is essentially the only fucking reason why anybody's radicalized by this, and that is a fact, okay? Of course, you know what I'm saying, if this situation happened regardless, and people found out about it, they would obviously, you know, be very outraged. But again, as I said in previous videos, plenty of people get killed by the police all the fucking time. Okay, there's plenty of white people that have been killed, you know, by the police unjustly. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened, as I said, the media just completely exemplifies it. So we already know the mainstream media is the only reason why everybody's being so radical. And as I've proven, these riots or any response, any legitimate response to this entire situation has not done anything positive. Okay, it's not done anything positive for everyone. The only reason why people are reacting this emotionally is because of the mainstream media. Okay, because of the mainstream media and the rhetoric that they're spewing to try to racially divide the country. Okay, they're literally trying to racially divide the country, have, you know, pin people against each other, and that's the only reason why anyone is making a huge deal about this. That's the only fucking reason. Okay, that's literally the only reason. If the media didn't report on it at all, he would have just been a statistic. Okay, fucking Floyd, he would have just been a statistic, and nobody would have given a fuck. But the more that the media exemplifies on something, because the more that they're able to emotionally manipulate, okay, the minds of the fucking mass, because most people, unfortunately, are susceptible to manipulation by the mainstream media because they can't really think for themselves. So that's pretty much it, okay? The mainstream media is literally brainwashing people, and they don't want people to find a solution, okay? This isn't just the mainstream media. This is Democrat politicians, okay? They don't actually want to find a solution to help the black community. They just want people to be in a state of anger, you know what I'm saying? Anger, and everybody's angry and do all this crazy shit that does nothing good for anybody, just for the sole purpose, okay, of having, continue to have political power and continue to have power over the black community. You know what I'm saying? Especially since this is the 2020 election, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, this is the perfect time for the media to completely, you know what I'm saying, exemplify their, you know what I'm saying, their narrative, you know what I'm saying, to try to get people to vote Democrat once again. And it's literally just some fucking bullshit, and it does nothing good for anyone, okay? So that's pretty much my opinion on this entire rioting situation. It does nothing good for anyone, and it's literally just fucking ridiculous, and we should honestly fucking stop this. But the fact that people are so radical today basically proves the reason why we can't get anything done, okay? Proves why we can't find a legitimate solution, okay? Legitimate solution to solve America's problems, because these people are being too fucking regressive and ignorant, and they're brainwashed by the mainstream media, and it's literally some fucking bullshit. So anyways, that's the fucking video. Tell me what you think in the comment section of this shit with the new fucking scenery. Anyways, it's your boy, Sauceman X. I'm checking the fucking out of your. Peace.